In this video, I'll be sharing with you an illustration on how to achieve this backless shirt gown. So if this is something you like, kindly hit on the subscribe button. So to start, I'm going to be cutting this shirt pattern in a miniature size. I'm going to cut from here to here is my bust, my waist, 7 inches to get your hip and your full blouse length. So just like I said, I'll be cutting this in a miniature size. Now when you're cutting your shirt, you have to like give your button allowance. So for this button allowance, you can use between 2.5 inches to 2.5 inches to 3 inches, because you're still going to fold it to create your button allowance right on top of your shirt. Now this is the button allowance, right? Button allowance, just a short abbreviation. So now what I'll start with is you're going to go ahead to mark your shoulder. So just like I said, I'll be doing this in a miniature size because the shirt is quite big, and if I start drafting it on pattern paper, it will take a lot of pattern paper and time. Now I'm going to place, let's say here is my shoulder divided by 2, and I'll come down by 1 inch. Now what I will do here is to mark out a basic neckline of 3 by 3 inches. So let's say this is my basic neckline of 3 by 3 inches for that of the front. This is my basic neckline of 3 by 3 inches for that of the front. So let me just go ahead to blend it out. Now you'll be extending it to your button allowance. Now if you notice on top I left this. Now we're going to measure the neckline of the back also, and we are going to add it as an extension because of your collar. The collar of the shirt will sit on this part, right? Now from this part, now this 1 inch you came down from, you will connect. Now the next step you take is to find your chest line, which is your bust circumference divided by 6 plus 1.5 inches. So let's say that our chest line is on this 4 inches now, because we are cutting this on a miniature size, and I'll go ahead to outline. Now whatever you have here, mark it back on your shoulder, mark it back on the chest line, and then I'll draw a straight line to connect. Now after doing that, I'm going to go ahead to divide what I have here into 2 equal parts, come out by ½ inch. Now what you do is to go ahead to mark your bust circumference divided by 4 plus 1 point, your bust circumference divided by 4. Now let's say the bust circumference divided by 4 is here. Now what I will do is to go ahead to connect. Now this is a shirt pattern, and when you're making a shirt, you're not going to use much allowance, right? Now what I will do is to go ahead to mark my bust circumference divided by 4. Then I'll add extra 1 inch. Now on the waist, I'll mark my waist circumference divided by 4, and I'll add extra 1 inch to it. Now if you notice from this dress, going towards from the waist to the hip area is more like it has like this free effect. It's not like it's actually tight on the hip, it is free, but it's not like a very big A-line dress. So you can use your hip circumference divided by 4. Let's say this is my hip circumference divided by 4. Then you can add extra 3 to 4 inches to it. Okay, let's say you can add extra 2.5 to 4 inches to your pattern. Go ahead to mark it out first, see what you have. If you're okay with it, you can now go ahead to cut it out, right? Now I'll go ahead to connect this. So this is what I have, and I will go ahead to cut this out. Right, now after cutting this out, now you want to mark the neckline of this shirt for the back, because you're going to cut it together. What you do is, here you have 3 inches for the back neckline. You need 3 inches by 1. Now I'll go ahead to connect this. Right, now what I'll do is to take my tape and I'll measure what I have there. So let's say what I have there is 1.5 inches. Now this 1.5 inches, you're going to go ahead to extend it all the way up, and from here you now measure the what you want for your neckline, because if you notice, here has like an halter neck going down to the side of this pattern. Right, now you can use about 2 inches, 1.5 to 2 inches, and you will mark. Now from here, now this shoulder slant, you now mark that round neckline you got here, because you've already marked here, and you're now going to mark where it stops. Now you now connect it back. Now to cut your collar for this dress, you now need a total measurement of here to your button allowance. So you'll be cutting your collar after you're done like sewing your dress. Right, you sew out your button allowance, you join the back, this part will be the last part, then you now go ahead to measure it. So what I have here is roughly 5 inches. So I'll be using it to explain how to cut your collar also for this shirt. Right, so now what I'll do is I'll start connecting from the neckline, going all the way down. So while going down, you notice that it did not really like stop at the waist, is slightly above the waist, like it's higher than the waistline. So you want to stop somewhere like this, that is not really on the waistline of this dress, and I'll go ahead to cut, mark it out this way. Now we've gotten the measurement of the neckline, which I said you'll be cutting it out after you're done making your shirts, and then we are going to go ahead to cut the collar. I'll be doing a miniature collar, and also how to cut the back of this pattern. Right, so let me go ahead to cut this out. So this is what you have when you cut it out. Then you now go ahead to sew your button allowance right on the dress. You sew your button allowance. Now after you're done using this pattern to cut your front pattern, all you have to do when cutting out the back pattern is you're going to go ahead to chop the button allowance off. Then whatever you have here, you follow this line and place. Now what you now do is, when you're cutting this, when you place it on your pattern, all you will do is you're going to add extra inches in front of this your pattern now, and take it all the way down. With that way, you'll be able to attach an elastic at the back of the dress, and the dress will be free. Right, so that you have this ruche at that elastic, you have the room to create that elastic at the back, effect at the back. Now let's go ahead and cut out a collar for this dress. So let me just use this part of my pattern. Let me just use this again. Now, so what we measured out is 5 inches, right? So that's 5 inches now. remember is on fold. Now you can cut a single collar, or you can just cut your collar stand and your collar. Now let's say we are marking that 5 inches. Remember, whatever measurement you're having is on fold. Now after marking it, I'll go ahead to find the midpoint of 5 inches, which is 2.5. So from here you either come up by 1/2 inch or 1 inch. Now from there, I'm going to slant it to this point. Right, now I will now go ahead to mark my collar stand. For your collar stand, you can use 1 inch or 1.5 inches. So I'm going to go ahead to connect. And I will connect here. So after marking that, from here for the back you can use 2 inches or 2.5, and here you use 3 inches, right? Then you now go ahead to connect. Now before working on this part, come in by 1/2 inch here, and then you're going to blend it off to give your collar that curve that we usually have in front. Now from here also, I'll go in by 1 inch, and I'm going to go ahead to connect. So this is what you'll be having. Now what I'll do is, sorry, I'm supposed to extend this here. So you now add like an extension to your collar. Now you can cut this out as one piece, or you can cut out the collar stand and join it back separately. So this is just like a miniature explanation. If you're not really clear on the collar, you can check out tutorials also on YouTube.